everybody, it's Catherine. Welcome to my channel where I'd like to talk all things fragrance and beauty. So today is one for the guys. I am doing a designer fragrance, one by Christian Dior, and the name of the fragrance is no other but Eau de Toilette Sauvage. If you know my channel, you know I love Dior, and I've purchased a lot of Dior products lately from the House of Dior. They're nice enough that if you hit a certain quota, they send you a deluxe sample, and so I requested the Eau de Toilette Sauvage deluxe sample. If you guys are familiar with this line, Johnny Depp is the face of the fragrance, and I think it's very fitting after experiencing the fragrance. Francois Demachy created the fragrance for the House of Dior, and to quote, to create Sauvage, I used man as my starting point, a strong and unmistakable masculinity, like the image of a man who transcends time and fashion, and I think Johnny Depp perfectly fits that. So great job at picking a celebrity face for that one. They say that Sauvage Eau de Toilette is a fragrance for a man who is true to himself, and I think that is a great signature line for the fragrance. It is a distinct and memorable fragrance. It is one that is both familiar in that a lot of the notes or the facets of the fragrance seem familiar, but yet original in the way that it's composed, if that makes sense. If you can be familiar and both original at the same time, but that is how I would describe it. The Sauvage is an act of creation of wide open spaces. You have an ozone blue sky against a rocky background. The top notes of the fragrance are Calabrian, bergamot, and then pepper. The middle notes, Sichuan pepper, lavender, pink pepper, vetiver, patchouli, geranium, and elemi. And then the base notes, ambroxan, cedar, and labdanum. A cool tidbit about the Calabrian bergamot is that Francois Demachy chose an exclusive bergamot that he shaped with local producers to obtain this custom signature to it. His bergamot is a whirlwind drenched in the Calabrian sun. This bergamot is fruitier and develops spicier, slightly peppery and zesty facets, which I thought was pretty cool. You definitely smell the bergamot right off the boat, as well as just a hint of the pepper. It quickly kind of melds into the lavender and the vetiver. I think you smell those very strongly throughout the life of the fragrance, and then you start to pick up more of that ambroxan and even the geranium a bit, making it, like I said, a very familiar but yet unique fragrance. And thinking about which season this fragrance would best fit into, at first I thought, summer with the bergamot and the lightness, the citrus, the zestiness of the fragrance, but I think it actually could be easily worn year-round because of those cool facets to it, that the ozonic blue, cool notes to it really just make it this refreshing scent, as opposed to a lot of summer scents that tend to be warm-bodied and fuller, definitely more carbonated or zesty with those citrus notes. This Sauvage is much more like breathing in the cold air in the Rocky Mountains. When you just take this large inhale of breath and the air just feels like it's cleaner, like it's cooler, like it's crisp, it's refreshing. That's the type of experience that you have with Sauvage. Another note on the ambroxan is what gives it that marine-like woody notes to it, like an ocean spray of driftwood. It really is an enticing fragrance. I think it's a clean scent, it's a cool scent, it's a distinct signature scent. In terms of the wear and the silage, I think the silage is moderate. In terms of the longevity, pretty typical of a Dior fragrance. It's an average duration. It doesn't last remarkable long time, but it's not super short-lived either. It's just, I think if it didn't have those lavender and vetiver and ambroxan notes, it might dissipate quicker, but those notes tend to weigh it down, and so it does give it a little bit longer of a life. In terms of where I'd wear it, I think it's a perfect professional fragrance. It's a day to evening fragrance. It would work well for the evening as well. Is it a sexy fragrance? Is it a date fragrance? Is it one that I would want on a guy that I would find oh so enticing? I think it's enjoyable. I think if I was working with a guy and he was sitting in the chair next to me wearing this fragrance, I wouldn't be displeased. Would I want to be up close and personal with them? I wouldn't be turned off, but I wouldn't necessarily be turned on either. So again, hey, though, it all depends on who's wearing it, right? As I said, I think the vetiver, I think the lavender, and the bergamot are the strongest notes in this fragrance. Honorable mention would be that ambroxan. I think it starts off very strong with the bergamot. You move into the lavender and the vetiver being the strongest note mixed with that bergamot, and then you end with the ambroxan being the heaviest note. If you're looking for a great original working professional scent, I definitely would encourage you to check this out. I think it'll be great come winter with the snow and the freshness of the cool air feeling that it perpetuates. Again, my name is Katherine. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Make sure to hit that like button, and I hope to see you soon. If you're interested in checking out a fragrance that I do find extremely enticing for date nights, please check out this video here. Appreciate you all. See you soon. Bye-bye. So you know how I said it reminded me of something, so I changed clothes, went to walk my dog, and while I'm walking my dog, all of a sudden it dawned on me what fragrance this totally reminds me of, and that would be Viking cologne. So if you've experienced Viking cologne, I'm not saying it's completely comparable, but reminiscent of that fragrance. It's got that cool, peppery, oceanic, fresh, crisp, and alluring vibe to it. So if you've experienced Creed Viking cologne, you might like Sauvage by Dior. So I'll link the video I did to that one here. You can check that one out. And again, see y'all soon. Bye-bye.